Hello, everybody. Welcome. Today you are going to watch an absolutely epic Starcraft match between two teams. Me and my friend Daughter, and we play against two players on the internet. We don't know them. They're strangers. They're really good players, but we give them quite a match. You are going to love this. Are you ready to begin? I am. Let's do this. Okay, so to start, here are the players. This is Snated. That's one of our opponents. And this is Virus, our other opponent. And you can see they both have TICIS before their names. So that means they are like a clan or a family, or they know each other. They might be friends just like me and my friend. Now, for the sake of the video, I'm going to call my friend by his Starcraft name, which is Booty, which means riches, like money. And my name, which is FunnelHat on Starcraft. And so we start out our games pretty standard. He goes ahead and Booty makes some gas to start. We always, on this map, whenever we get this map, we decide to seal up this first ramp, or this set of stairs right here. We work together to close it off. That way when our opponents try to come up the ramp to attack us, we have it sealed off, so it makes it harder for them to get in. And oh, there's my SCV scouting them out. My SCV is in trouble because see how he blocked off his ramp and he trapped me inside his base? Well, now I'm over here running around and I'm about to get killed. Yeah, so I lost that SCV. Now this player is Protoss, that's why he's all gold, and this guy is Terran, just like me and Booty. Booty has now double gassed. He still has not made a second CC yet. That means he's trying to go aggressive. He's trying to make an army quick. And there's his barracks almost done. And we've successfully basically sealed off our exit together, the main exit for both of our bases. Now behind this exit, you can see on the map, we have many bases. So that's sort of like the main exit. The only other entrance to get to our base, you'd have to break these rocks and these rocks down here. Otherwise, we just have tons of bases we can take back here, and that's what we're doing. Now when we want to exit, we can open up these supply depots and send our men down the ramp. Now keep in mind also, we don't see what's going on while we're actually playing. We don't see what's going on their side of the map unless we send a player, unless we send a unit to go take a look and reveal them to us, or unless our whole army's there revealing their entire base to us while we're there. Just like this opponent unit called the Reaper is here in our base now, and he's basically traveling around our base revealing what we're doing to our opponents. And he has my workers, instead of collecting minerals, they're coming off the mineral line. I put them back on the mineral line, and I'm trying to take him out because he can cause a lot of damage. He can start killing my workers, as you see. This delays my building. I only have one Marine who is not strong enough to take on a Reaper by himself. That's why I call for help. And I have two command centers. That means I'm getting a lot of workers fast. That means I did what's called economic play, meaning, or I macroed, which means I focused on getting a lot of money first as the game is starting, and then I worry about making a huge powerful army later. I'm vulnerable when I do this because, as you see, if they attack, I don't have much of an army to defend with. Of course, this is not a large attack. This is just a Reaper doing what is called harassing, and he's basically making me have to focus on him instead of focusing on my buildings. And you can see my money here is climbing, although this is a good amount of money to have, meaning I'm spending all my money. Once your money starts to climb, that means you're not spending your money well, and you need to spend it faster. That means you have to have better production facilities and so on. So Booty has defended his base here with a tank. We have this Reaper sitting out of our bases here from their side. Okay, so what did they do? He's getting a factory now. These guys are playing aggressive. They have a lot of army facilities, and they don't have a second command center yet. Well, this guy doesn't. Let's see. Virus. Virus has gone 4 gateways. He's ready to make a big army fast. And I don't see much of an army. So really, he's not playing like pro level game. He's not like a great player, because otherwise he'd have used this to make an army fast, and that's way too much production for just one base. He is getting a second base, but it's not really up and running yet. Now, as far as I'm concerned over here, my second base is up and running. Ooh, I canceled the building. Ooh, I'm getting a third command center already. That means I am super risky economic playing here. I only have one factory, one starport, and one barracks. I have a small army here. Oh, looks like I've decided to move them. My friend Booty is also helping defend the ramp with a tank and marines. Does he have a second base at this point? Yes, he does. Almost done. So this much more, and then he can start getting SCVs down here to collect minerals. Looks like he's also going to siege a tank right next to this command center, and just in case the enemy comes back to do some more harassing, this tank will be able to protect. Okay, he's changed his mind on that. Looks like he spotted this observer and wants to kill it. And tanks cannot shoot flying units. So this observer, once he scans it, he'll be able to really see it and shoot it. Right now they can't see it. There it is. So he scanned, and the Marines killed it instantly. And observers don't have a lot of energy, but the whole purpose is that they're invisible and they get to show the other player what's going on in our base. So if you're a big fan of Starcraft, I'm really sorry that I keep explaining what Starcraft is and how it works, but maybe you don't mind hearing it that much. And if you're not a big fan of Starcraft and you're watching this video just because you know me or you're my friend and you want to see what I've been up to, and maybe you're just someone who wants to learn a little more about Starcraft, whether you know me or not. So if that's the case, then I hope you're enjoying the breakdown. I hope it's clear and you're understanding what's going on. And you should definitely play the game if you haven't. Or if you're a beginner and you're kind of delving into the game a little, I hope you enjoy it. I hope you stick with it and learn how to play it really well and enjoy yourself immensely. As this game is pretty frustrating when you're learning it or when you're losing, but it's immensely rewarding and gratifying when you're winning. And this is a matchup where my friend and I are immensely gratified and rewarded when we dominate these two players. Now here's the caveat though. We don't come out dominating outright as far as I remember. Now I don't remember all the details and I don't want to spoil it, but I just remember this game being tremendously great. In fact, it was so good that right after we finished playing this game, we both replayed the game together and watched the entire game again. And we rarely do that. We watched it all and we broke it down, and we just commented on it, and were pointing out all the things going on in the game while we were watching it, and we're checking through it really carefully. Actually, we were most curious how we won. I think that was the question at hand. Anyway, I've got 1 command center, 2 command centers, 3 command centers. My money is flying in. It's just pouring in at this point. I can lift this command center soon and take yet another base, which I think I'll probably end up doing. I've got my 4th command center halfway done, and now I have started to fill up on production facilities. Production facilities are any buildings that help you make an army. Now, army-wise, 71 out of 86, your max is 200. So 71 is about a third of the way through on army supply. So technically your army can, well, and it includes your workers too, but technically your army can be pretty huge. This is a very small army, relatively speaking, like if we're talking about late game here. So Booty has his second base fully saturated, +1. He's got 2 additional SCVs here. Fully gas saturated, needs 2 SCVs here. This base fully saturated, -1. Got fully saturated gas. So Booty is playing well economically. He's not oversaturating, he's not undersaturating, and he's getting factory, which means he's going to go heavy, like tanks and heavy machinery artillery, rather than these little marines here. Those are called bio because they're biological, they're men. But mech play, or mechanical play as it's called, means you're going heavy mechanical artillery, bigger battery units. And you can see here I've got a bunch of I've got 1 Viking that attacks air. I've got these guys which don't attack air too tremendously. They do a little, but they do incredible damage if you siege them up, which means they can't move. They lock into a position, but they do horrifying damage to units that are on the ground. And in that state, they cannot attack air. So if some flying ships come attack them while they're in that state, that means they are completely vulnerable and they will be shot down to pieces and they can't defend themselves. However, you can then unsiege them and fight back a little or run away. All these guys here pretty much attack ground except for the Marines. Now if you look, let's see if I can lock onto this army for a second. Now if you look, these Marines here, the little ones, I don't know if you can see that clearly, but the little guys attack air and ground. These bigger ones, these beefier ones are Marauders, and they attack just ground using these like heavier, beefier missiles. And they also stun the enemy, so any units they're attacking start to go slower for a few seconds, so you can kind of chase them down and hunt them down and kill them. Now you can see these white circles here on the map down here. If you look at down there on the map, these white circles means we built what are called sensor towers. And with sensor towers, that's these. If any of the enemy units enter into sensor tower territory, you'll see them as red dots on your map. Let me just show you what we see during the game, or what I saw during the game. So this is on everyone view for the replay, but if I put it on my view, check this out. So this is me moving around while I'm playing. You're watching it from my first person point of view now. So for me, as you can see on the map here, I can't see any movement. All I can see is the stuff that I at one point or another visited and saw. So right now there could be all kinds of buildings in here that I don't know about, and until I send like army like these guys over there to take a look. So this is the siege up mode I was telling you about, and if I saw any units here within this territory, they would be shot down like dogs. But as you can see, I'm inching closer to his base, and I'm gonna try to kill some workers. Oops, missile turrets. I cannot defend against missile turrets, by the way. They don't attack ground buildings. Ooh, I lost one. So that didn't help, and I can't get too close. Okay, but I do have my ground army, and I'm breaking the rocks to go up their back door, because I know that if I go up this ramp, right here, up there it is. I did a scan now. Oh my, look at this army. So they have huge Protoss army, and a huge Terran army, and they have tanks. So if I go anywhere near this, I will be badly damaged. Okay, so here they are coming to me now, coming towards me. And so Booty, my teammate here, is down here macroing up. I'm up here by myself, as you can see by the green on my map and all the green here. You can see that my money is coming in really fast now because of my my economic decisions earlier in the game. In fact, you can see here. Okay, so they're cleaning up my little attack here. In fact, this army is really vulnerable to what's going on here right now and what's probably going on in there. So you can see now from first person point of view how everything is in what's called the fog of war, or shadows, because you don't have vision. And that's a big part of what Starcraft is all about. It's about uncovering that vision and sending units to reveal what the other team is doing, and basically it gives you the information you need so that at home you can counter attack, meaning you can produce the units that are going to most effectively counter what they have. And it's like a game of chess in that regard. So it's really strategic. Let me put my camera back on. It's really strategic in that sense. So I hope that kind of explains what's going on. I paused it because I just wanted to show you guys what's happening. Now if my teammate was up there with me, and usually we have voice conversation going while we're playing, that way I can be like, alright, I'm going up the south side, let's go, are you ready? Oh no, okay fine, you stay behind and defend, and so on and so forth. It plays out like that. I can say you go up the right and I'll go down the left, or he can give me instructions, and basically we're really in sync with what we want to do. It's really like a war. It says the camaraderie you feel during an intense Starcraft match. It's like really like going into a war together and coming out either as victors or as like really hurt, defeated players that are eager for another match, trying to gain retribution. Now of course in real life, if you go to war together and you don't win, you're pretty much not coming back, or you know, or one of you aren't. So it's not like, of course, that extreme, but It does feel really great when you enter into a match with a friend and you dominate. Let me resume the match with everyone's view. Okay, that way we can see what's going on. Okay, so now as an observer watching a replay, I'm allowed to see everything, and that's what's cool about it. That's what lets you not be bored for a second. You can just see everything. These guys, Colossus, with their lasers just vaporizing. Tanks have long range, they're hitting from far. Okay, here we go. He's moving in on me. They're gonna vaporize. Oh, they're getting me from both sides. Okay, so yeah, so they've sandwiched me. I'm trying to show you what's happening here. Yeah, look at this. I'm just getting demolished. Now, if they counterattack right after this, I have no army. Basically, they just killed all my army. Ooh, so I do have some. Oh no, that's the enemies. This is Snaden's army, the red team, the red player, along with the blue player. Okay, so he's coming down. He's like, you know what? You just lost your army. I'm coming to kill you. And I'm producing army like a madman right now, trying to catch up again. Alright, so our defense held them off for a little bit, as far as this is concerned. But look what's happening here. Ooh, I had a lot of liberators just devour their tanks, and these guys helped. Ooh. Okay, now blue's coming in along. They made a fatal error just now by attacking separately from each other. A great strategy in this game is to attack together. You know, think of twigs, and this really applies in Starcraft. You can break twigs one at a time, but if you put a band of twigs together, it's very difficult to break them if you try to break them all at the same time. And with Starcraft, the same idea. If you funnel your units in one at a time, it doesn't matter if you have 1,000,000 units. They're all going to get killed nice and easy by the defensive structures and the defensive units in place. But if you surround your enemy and you have all your units attacking at once, then you are effectively devouring your opponent and are much more likely to win a battle that way. So when red came down here and attacked me alone with his tanks by themselves and with some Vikings over here by the missile turrets by themselves, and then blue came down by himself, that's not a good strong strategy. Whereas if they'd come in together and place the long range units in the back with the short range units in the front and all attacked all at once, now we're talking a different ball game, and that really challenges your microing abilities, meaning your ability to control your units. Oh, so Booty is going for an unusual attack here. Now, if you play StarCraft and you're here because you love watching StarCraft and you know the game very well, you're thinking, oh my God, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. A 7 Thor drop is unbelievable. Thors are huge. This medevac could normally carry about 8 units, but because a Thor is so big, it could only carry 1 Thor. It doesn't even go inside. It hangs off the bottom like some kind of massive balled up boulder. Oh my God, and look at this. Look how fast they destroy things. They're huge. They're hard to kill. Oh, it looks like I'm here attacking on the other side at the same time. I've sieged up some tanks. I have some Marines. I have some Vikings. The Thors have been left to their own devices. But blue, watch out. Blue is coming. Blue is coming to defend against the Thors. Okay, so he warps in some. He warps in some Dark Templar, and it looks like the Thors are instantly crushed. Now, oh, that hurts. So Booty did manage to take out the Nexus here, which they have to rebuild now to get their economy flowing a little better. But look at how much units Blue still has. Blue is just on a tear. Now I'm doing pretty well over here. Red is in deep trouble, but Blue is saying, "What? Don't you ever attack my teammate?" Oh, and he lured half my army in. So, you know, and my liberators are pointing this way. I just unsieged them. I want to point them this way. I want to bring them back a little. I don't want these carriers to destroy my tanks, because these will defend really good against these ground units. So look, I'm effectively being destroyed here without even basically throwing a punch at these guys. And now I'm being pushed into a corner. I've sieged up my liberators, but at what cost? It seems to be too little too late. It is doing some damage to these ground units. I know it looks like what is going on here, but all you basically need to know is that I just got creamed, and now all these carriers and Colossi are coming straight for us. And what do we have? We've got a bunch of Thors, a couple Vikings. I have a Thor. they're doing what I said they should have done earlier, which is they gathered all their army in the middle of the map. Red's economy is really weak. He's on 2 bases and that's it. So he's not making much money, which means he's not making much army. As you can see here, he only has these 2 battle cruisers, whereas Blue has all the army. He also has 2 more battle cruisers coming. So Red's not a super experienced player, but Blue and this army is just hard to beat, and I just lost all my army. But I think because I've been macroing so hard and my economy is so strong. Ooh, this is what you call a player mistake, meaning I have all these idle workers. Oh, there we go. I just realized it. So you're doing a million things at once when you're playing this game, and sometimes things like that get past you. So I bring all these SCVs. I guess I take them maybe to this new base here to collect minerals. Ooh, looks like Booty, my partner, has sent his workers to die. What that does is it frees up his supply. You see he's using up almost his 200. So he wants to kill these off so he can free up some of the supply and make army units. Oh, looks like Blue went in for a little attack. Looks like he changed his mind. Looks like I'm chasing him out there a little. Oh, and he just destroys everything. And now I run away again. Whoa, look at how many Thors. Oh my. Booty with the Thors. And all I have are these few Marines. Oh, I must have more than that somewhere. But holy cow. So now their army has grouped in the middle, and their army is now massive, and he's using huge units. Oh my. And we have these Thors, and I have a little army here, and I'm building a sensor tower. He has all these drop ships. Oh, huge battle. I'm trying to figure out how to zoom out. Oh my heavens. Yeah. So this is just unreal. But look at what happened to us. All those Thors gone, and this guy still has. These guys still have their entire army fully intact, and we are defenseless. We are defenseless. This is from our point of view now. Look at this. They are inside of our base. You know what? This is a disaster. I'm going to pause this for a second. Now, I'm going to look at it from everyone's point of view. I just want you to understand something. We have no army. Like, look, 98 supply out of 200 for our Booty, and for me, 118 out of 200, and a lot of that is workers. So as you can see here, 53 is army, 65 is workers, and for Booty, he's got 53 is army, 45 is workers, and I don't even see the army. My army's scattered. I've got a few Marines here, a few Thors there, another Thor. I don't have much of an army, and neither does Booty. So it boggles the mind to think that even with inexperienced players, this indestructible army is just about to take over our base, kill us, and make us leave. In fact, I specifically recall saying to Booty during this point in the game, "Dang, I'm done. GG, man. I don't have anything left. What do you have? Do you have anything?" And he said, "Stay, stay." And I'm thinking, stay for what? Like, I've got 2,000 minerals, sure, but I mean, look at this, battle cruisers in my base. Okay, so he leaves. He teleports to this part of my base now. Booty's got some Thors, but look, what are Thors gonna do to this? These carriers and colossi, even just these immortals, are really powerful. Okay, so I'm sending my men to help out here. He's got all these Thors. Like, I don't know what to tell you. Even these Thors get crushed, and I'm here trying to help, and it's just like, forget it. Forget it. Okay, so somehow what's going on here is these Marines are helping absorb the shots, but carriers are still doing their damage. Booty's out of men. I'm out of men. More attackers are coming in. Like, I don't even know what to tell you. This is a disaster. We're done. We have lost games that have been much closer than this. This is not close. This is us getting demolished. So we're just fighting. More reinforcements are coming in. He decides to leave. Red is still kind of just running amok in my base, killing everything he can get his hands on. Now we've regrouped in the middle. We fended off that attack, but at what cost? It seems like this is a no-go. It is a no-brainer. We have lost this game, and we're basically just scrapping for the remains now. Red intelligently teleports back to his base. He's probably going to get a bunch of workers to repair this one, as it is almost dead. He has 4 battlecruisers. This guy's got more carriers and Colossus being made. I'm going to go to production. Okay, so this guy's making 2 more carriers. Red is making another battlecruiser. My partner is making 3 Thors. I'm doing basically nothing. I've got nothing in the pipeworks. I'm probably just trying to get money. I'm building missile. I don't know why I'm building 6 missile turrets. Really? Where? Oh, in the middle of the map. Yeah, I'm actually building 9 missile turrets. So we're like camping out in the middle of the map now. I'm taking over this base. I'm about to just redistribute my workers, make sure my bases are saturated. I'm doing a million things at once at this point. I'm panicked. I'm way oversaturated here. There's only 2 spots available, and yet I have 17 workers on this part of the map. My upgrades are not... Are my upgrades? No, I'm not even fully upgraded. I saw available upgrades. I'm out of money. My production is weak. I'm not even making anything in all these barracks. And we're about to engage in another battle. Okay, we do have some army in the middle of the map. We got so many turrets so that when their air defenses come to the middle of the map, these missile turrets are going to be helping. You know, not a huge amount because they're not that strong, but there's a lot of them. And look, these guys are avoiding them. They're actually going around the back. They're not even going to go into the turrets. And all I have here is a few tanks that are not even in range to attack anything, and these Thors. Okay, so it looks like we got some pop shots there. Taking a few shots. Oh, my Thors. Okay, so we're sticking together. I'm pretty sure I was telling Booty also at this point, stick together, stick together. We have to attack together. We have to attack all at once. And sure enough, we literally all go up the ramp together, and that is a mind-blowing thing to see right there. Wow. We're basically pushing in. I think we will win this battle. That's just so many Thors and tanks sieged up. Oh, we just destroy everything. Now, he teleported into my base, and now I basically have to quote-unquote run home and defend. But I'm not doing that. I'm thinking, by the time you destroy a couple buildings with these things, I will have destroyed your entire base with all your buildings. We are sticking together. We are not losing this game, it looks like. Oh, but wait. A mothership which cloaks everything. It puts everything invisible that's around it. And it's about to come for us. And these stores, we use something called airlock mode or something, where they get really long range and a lot of power. Wow. We just destroyed that mothership so quickly. And look, we're like all trying to cram up this ramp to get a piece of red. Red's still in my base, still causing damage. 4 battlecruisers just shooting at my building. And I'm just thinking, you know what? Let's get it on. Booty and I are in their bases. I wonder how his economy is doing. You know, he's got some economy, but he really doesn't have any gas. Look, he's not saturated on his, he's got this gas geyser. This geyser is done. This one needs one more probe. These guys are not working. There's more bases here that he didn't take. And for me, I took all those extra bases. So for me, if you look at my money, I'm healthy, 1250 and 1850. Meanwhile, in the base, okay, Red has left. Red has left the game. Red says, I give up. Good game. Thank you. I'm out of here. Blue is saying, never. I'll never surrender. I will stay. Now, of course, Red stays. His units still attack, even though he left, because both teammates have to leave. And Blue leaves the game. And our armies are powerful and strong. And my partner leaves the game. We already got the victory. If you leave after they leave, you get the victory. We won this game. I'm still in the game, though. I'm still getting a piece of that. I'm in there causing havoc and destruction. I am not done here yet. I am feeding on the rotting carcass that is Blue. I am going in and killing their structures. This has been a 2v2, and now I finally left. This has been a 2-on-2 with Booty and I, and it has been a wonderful, wonderful experience, a great match. I hope you enjoyed that as much as I did. Come back for more outstanding, amazing, outlandish StarCraft, and I'll be happy to serve you up some more of that. Thanks for tuning in. Leave a like and or subscribe if you've enjoyed what you've seen here today, just so that I know that I should keep making more. I have a lot of different types of videos I make, so it just kind of shows me where I should be leaning and what types of videos I should upload more of. Thanks again. I'll see you guys in the next one. Goodbye.